Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the streets, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by the Sea Champion. In the headlines, CPEP construction and tourism workers vaccinated. Another police officer succumbs to COVID. 16 arrested for breaking curfew over the weekend, and internationally, Benjamin Netanyahu out as new Israeli government approved. And now the news in detail. Employees, staff, and contractors from the Community-Based Environmental Protection and Enhancement Program, CPEP, joined thousands of other workers in getting their COVID-19 vaccines over the weekend. CPEP said around 2,000 workers were expected to receive their first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine at dedicated vaccination centers across the country. Rural Development and Local Government Minister Kazim Hossain was present at the paddock area, Queen's Park, Savannah, to observe the process and said it was a smooth one.
We're looking to get 329 people vaccinated today. So far, 158 has been vaccinated. Very smooth, I must say. And we have 4 sites, one in Aruca, one in Sandy Grande, and one somewhere, Santa Cruz.
Meanwhile, CPEP's Chief Executive Officer Keith Eddy said CPEP's main priority is protecting the health and well-being of its contractors and their workers, and said although there was some hesitancy, they were able to get employees to come out and get vaccinated.
Because it was short notice, so we had to get the messages out, and we had to. There's been a bit of hesitancy, but we had to speak to the contractors who then went and speak to their workers, and that is how we were able to get the numbers to come out here.
The CPEP CEO said once this vaccination exercise is completed, the company will determine whether it's ready to recommence field operations. He said the CPEP company supports the call for organizations to vaccinate to operate, and the company continues to encourage people to take advantage of this opportunity to receive the vaccines. And over in Tobago, construction workers say they were pleased with the vaccination process and commended health officials on the vaccination drive.
So everybody could have come out on the same day, and yeah, the whole work team and all how we get it. The system shutting down, and we need work to start back. So we had to do it.
Nothing, everything smooth transaction. I feel good knowing that the government thinking about it, so, and we on the front line too, so at the end of the day, yeah.
In other news, another police officer has succumbed to the deadly COVID-19 virus. 27-year-old WPC Naklia Thomas passed away around 7:30 p.m. Saturday at the Couva Hospital. She was last attached to the Road Policing Task Force of the Traffic and Highway Patrol Branch and dedicated 7 years to the TTPS after enlisting in 2014. WPC Thomas, who was from Maracas, St. Joseph, leaves to mourn 2 sisters and a brother. According to the TTPS, 306 police officers are COVID positive at the moment, while 910 are in quarantine. And yet another healthcare worker has died from the COVID-19 virus. Last Tuesday, the virus took the life of 39-year-old Elisa Rulo, a contracted wardsman at the St. Anne's Hospital. She left behind a 13-year-old son. Rulo began working as a contracted worker at the health institution last December. It is believed she contracted the virus on Ward 19 during general cleaning, where COVID patients are treated. Rulo had complained to her colleagues that she was not feeling well 2 days before her death. Meanwhile, 14 additional COVID-19 related deaths and 301 new positive cases have been recorded on Sunday. The latest fatalities was 3 elderly males, 3 elderly females, 2 middle-aged males, 2 middle-aged females, and 2 young adult females with comorbidities, as well as an elderly male and a middle-aged male without comorbidities. The number of deaths associated with the virus has now risen to 670. And still in more news, 16 people were arrested for breaching curfew between the lockdown time on Saturday into Sunday. This brings to 563 the total number of people arrested since the curfew was put in place. The TTPS in a release said 45 face mask tickets were issued and 6 breaches of public health regulations arrested in the last 24 hours. Finally, on the international scene, Benjamin Netanyahu has lost his 12-year hold on power in Israel after its parliament voted in a new coalition government. Right-wing nationalist Naji Ali Bennett has been sworn in as prime minister, leading a change of government. He will lead an unprecedented coalition of parties which was approved with a razor-thin majority of 60 to 59. Mr. Bennett will be prime minister until September 2023 as part of a power-sharing deal. Mr. Netanyahu, Israel's longest-serving leader, who has dominated its political landscape for years, will remain head of the right-wing Likud party and become leader of the opposition. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by the Sea Champion. Recapping the headlines: CPEP construction and tourism workers get vaccinated. Another police officer succumbs to COVID. 16 arrested for breaking curfew over the weekend. And internationally, Benjamin Netanyahu out as new Israeli government approved. Do enjoy your afternoon. I am Vanessa.